Whitten Field in Santa Clarita is the place where the College of the Canyons Cougars will host 15th ranked Santiago Canyon in a non-conference doubleheader. The first matchup of the season between these two teams, game time temperatures a summery 82 degrees. It's going to be a hot one under clear, sunny skies. And welcome into the studio for this edition of Cougars Insider. I'm your host, Matthew Frieda. Lots on deck for you today before our double dip as I sit down with the Cougars leading hitter, Ashlyn Heck, and the team's number 2 in the circle, Samantha Flores. But first, let's catch you up on the team's most recent action from Thursday versus Glendale. Freshman Allison Melgar took the ball for the Cougars, looking to put her previous start against Cypress behind her. But it was the Vaqueros who greeted her rudely with a first inning run. The next half inning, though, the Cougars were able to get even thanks to an RBI single from Memory Munoz. From there, Melgar was able to settle in, keeping the game tied through 7 innings, giving up just 7 hits while striking out 3. To extra innings we would go, game still tied at 1 in the 8th, and it's Melgar at the plate. Her first home run of the season gives the Cougars a 3-1 lead. The Cougars would tack on one more run on an RBI single from Ashlyn Heck, and Melgar would close out the 8th inning for her first conference victory of the season, giving the Cougars a 4-2 victory over Glendale. And with the win, the Cougars even their conference record to 2-2 on the season. And like in their victory Thursday, it's been leadoff hitter Ashlyn Heck who's been in the center of it all. The Cougars center fielder leads the team in hits, runs, RBIs, and even leads the state in triples. I sat down with Heck to find out what's been the key to her scorching start at the plate. There's no shortage of chemistry on this team. But who's the funniest player in the dugout?
I have something I want to say.
They didn't know who I was.
You're only as strong as your weakest link. So then I go up and I'm like, oh, I'm going yard. I gotta. Save ya.
Not only is Ashlyn Heck one of the most entertaining teammates on the Cougars,
Hey, chill.
she's also among the team leaders in multiple offensive categories.
I come out here every single day. Me and my team, we come out here, we practice as hard as we can. We perform to the best of our abilities. So if we look at other teams and their stats, we might get in our head, but we know we can do good, and that's all we need to know. We just know that we're good, and that's really all that matters.
Through 22 games this year, Heck leads the team in runs, hits, RBIs, and batting average. But the team's center fielder believes she's only a byproduct of her teammates' support.
I think our chemistry is probably like one of our biggest keys to success. We get along really well. We always know we can pick each other up. We keep each other like grounded. If someone messes up, we just come in the dugout, or not even like messes up, just doesn't perform at the plate or doesn't perform on the field. We just come in and we pick each other up. Like, we know we have each other's backs. It's huge trust thing. Can you put that in when I said we have
She's talking about herself as being the weakest link.
Heck has earned the reputation as a jokester on the team, but when it comes to finding the right pitch to hit, it's no laughing matter.
I think it's just like, oh, they're doing good, I'm gonna do good now. Just to like be on their level. Like, I want everyone to like push each other to be better. Like, it's I wouldn't say it's like a bad competition, it's more of a positive competition between each other.
And despite a tough doubleheader matchup with Santiago Canyon this weekend, Heck believes that her team is prepared to take on anyone.
My biggest key is just confidence, honestly. Like, not only confidence in myself, but confidence in my team that they're going to back me up if I like happen to do something wrong or like not perform the best. I know that they'll be behind me performing to like the best ability that they can. The ultimate key to success is trust in them, and they've really helped me build my trust, and like I just know that they're always behind me, so it just, I don't know, it just helps me a lot.
Reporting for Cougar Softball, I'm Matthew Frieda. And here are the stats over her last 5 games. Heck, with 7 hits in her last 18 at-bats, good for a 389 average. In addition, Heck has scored 4 runs and tacked on 6 RBIs over that time to give her a team-leading 19 on the season. Still to come, the Cougars pitching staff may be comprised of just 2 pitchers, but Samantha Flores has cemented herself as a reliable number 2 for the team. We catch up with Flores to discuss what her role has meant to the Cougars this season. This is the Cougars Insider pregame softball show as we lead you up to first pitch of Game 1 at 12:30 versus Santiago Canyon. Don't go anywhere.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Here at IQ, which stands for Institute for Culinary Education at College of the Canyons, we offer 3 certificates, a baking and pastry certificate, a culinary arts certificate, and a wine studies certificate, as well as an associate's degree in the culinary arts. We are an accelerated program, so you can finish between a year and a year and a half. We create a culinary community here at College of the Canyons.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
And welcome back to Cougars Insider. I'm your host, Matthew Frieda. Well, while Allison Melgar has been the Cougars ace in the circle this year, the team's second starter, Samantha Flores, has more than held her own there. Flores, earning the win last Saturday against El Camino, has fit the bill as a stopper in doubleheaders, going the distance in 5 different games this season. I sat down with Flores to discuss her strong season and her contributions to the team. Samantha Flores is no stranger to being in the center of the diamond. In fact, the circle is where she's been thriving of late.
I'm more of like, pop-ups and grounders. Like, yeah, I could get some strikeouts, but I just trust my defense so much that I don't try to overthrow it. Instead, I focus more on my spin because I trust my defense, my infield and my outfield to be able to make the play.
Flores has been a key part of the Cougars pitching staff, taking the reins as the number 2 starter on the team. And last Saturday, Flores pitched the Cougars to a 5-2 victory over El Camino College after pitching 5 2/3 scoreless innings.
I was just really confident that game because my teammates were helping me build my confidence. Like recently, my confidence just been off the roof because of my teammates. Like my teammates are always talking to me. I'm just, if they're doing good, I'm doing good. We just bounce off each other for energy, and it's just, it's just confidence everywhere around on the field.
Flores, who acted as the sole pitcher on a travel softball team growing up, says she and number 1 starter, Allison Melgar, have a lot in common.
Being the only pitcher sometimes could be very stressful because, me and her came from kind of the same background, only being the only pitcher on a travel ball team, so I understand like how she feels, especially like I just want to push myself for my team and especially for Melgar because she's my other pitcher.
But like the rest of this team, Flores gives all the credit to her teammates for their support and the confidence that it has given her.
When I first got here, I was like, oh, like I don't know, like I didn't really have a lot of confidence in myself, but like with my teammates like talking to me and just helping me out mentally, like yeah, like I think I could I could do it. Like I don't have like as much pressure as anymore, like just like my team, I just have to like thank them for everything.
Reporting for Cougar Softball, I'm Matthew Frieda. And Flores, who will be in the circle for the Cougars this afternoon, has been masterful in her last 3 starts. Taking on Cuesta College on March 12th, Flores pitched 3 2/3 innings, giving up 4 earned runs and a Cougar.
Hi, everybody, and welcome into Whitten Field as we get ready for doubleheader softball. Santiago Canyon into town to take on your College of the Canyons Cougars. I'm Matt Robinson alongside Matt Frieda as we get ready to go. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties with the pregame show. Our live stream computer decided to reboot in the middle. Things happen. That's what happens with technology. But we'll get you ready for this one between Santiago Canyon and the Cougars. College of the Canyons 14-7-1 on the year, 9-3 here at home. But just 2-2 in conference play right now, and 4th in the Western States Conference East Division, trying to turn things around, but a non-conference game here today against a top 25 team in Santiago Canyon. The Hawks 18-6 on the year, 6-3 on the road, 9-3 in their conference play, but do find themselves right now battling to try and get themselves back to the top spot in the conference, as they are as well in 3rd right now in the difficult Orange Empire Conference, 2.5 games back of 1st. Give you the starting lineups for each side as we get going here on a Saturday, first of 2 games in a doubleheader. The starting lineup for the Santiago Canyon Hawks. Alyssa Eastloss going to lead things off. Riley Piatoni, the second baseman, in the 2 spot. Then Samantha Villanueva, the shortstop, in the 3 spot, followed by Liliana Navarro, then Alexandra Molina, Adriana Martinez, the catcher, batting 6th, Jasmine Motalui, the first baseman, batting 7th, Haley Guillen, the DP, in the 8 spot, Lindsay Marshall, the center fielder, in the 9 spot. The flex is the pitcher, Stella Turner, as they will face Samantha Torres getting the start for the Cougars here today. Torres has had some ups and had some downs this year, but Samantha Flores, I think we said Torres, meant Flores, has been getting better as the season has gone on. Flores this year, 6-3 on the regular season. This will be her 12th start of the season, or her 13th start of the season, 4.25 earned run average in those 13 starts and 14 appearances, has gone complete game 5 times, opposing hitters hitting just .261 against her. The problem for her at times this year has been the walks, 37 walks, 37 strikeouts on the year. When she can mix in the changeup, she's very good and makes it very tough on opposing hitters. As she will start things off, and we are underway. First pitch, an off-speed pitch over for a strike to Alyssa Eastloss, the leadoff hitter, batting .493 on the year, 36 for 73, with 20 runs batted in. As we are underway on a beautiful Saturday. First pitch right at 12:02 p.m. on a Saturday. The temperature 85 degrees, Matt, I think, right?
A nice summery 85 degrees. I'm glad I was able to make it down here from the studio in time. Perfect
Exactly.
weather.
Running down, getting his butt down here quickly. But absolutely beautiful as the 1-1 pitch misses away. So 85 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, but mostly calm and sunny and warm today. As the pitch to Islas misses down, and the count is now 3-1. So Flores, as we said, the problems have been walks and working from behind, as she finds herself behind on this pitch.
Yeah, Matt, and like you mentioned, an even walk to strikeout ratio on the year. She has to be effective in hitting her spots.
It's a 5-pitch walk to Islas. The leadoff runner aboard here for Santiago Canyon. First walk of the day from Flores. And when she does have that changeup on, Matt, she's been very good this year. That's been kind of the go-to pitch as of late.
Absolutely, and I had a chance to sit down with Flores yesterday and talk with her, and she said, you know, I'm really not a power pitcher. I'm someone that needs to hit my spots and make sure I'm locating. That's how I'm most effective, and I trust my defense behind me to make the play.
As they'll try and move the runner over, Piatoni bunts. Only play is to first, so sacrifice works. He's lost down to second. Piatoni a sac bunt. So one away. And I'll bring in Samantha Villanueva. Villanueva this year, 465. He's played every game so far this year for Santiago Canyon. 8 multi-hit games on the season for her as well. She has been a tough hitter for the Hawks this year. As the top of the order really for Santiago Canyon, Matt, has been their good point. Piatoni batting 435. We talked about Islas batting 493. Villanueva 465. And you go all the way down to Navarro in the 4 spot, who's been pretty solid as well at 405. Really dangerous out of the top 4 this year. As Villanueva had 4 hits against Orange Coast yesterday in a 9-1 win. Shows bunt, brings it back, takes the pitch down, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So
yeah, Matt, and you can even go down to the bottom of their lineup for Santiago Canyon. You have Motului as well as Marshall, both with on-base percentages nearly at 400 or above. So this is a lineup that's 1 through 9, very complete, able to get on base and get some runs across.
So we wait on the 2-0 pitch. Villanueva takes the bat back, and it's called for a strike. So Flores gets herself back in the count, makes it 2-1.
And that's exactly what Flores needs to do. She needs to hit her spots, needs to mix her locations up. The eye level of the hitter, that's when she's able to be most effective in the circle.
Two-one pitch misses down, a little breaking ball that missed away. Moats kept it in front, makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. Head coach of the Santiago Canyon Hawks, Lisa Camargo, hired in 2006, took over in 2007, and their inaugural season has been there ever since and has been pretty good. You talk about a pretty good program. State champions in 2016. Orange Empire champions in 2014. They've made the regionals 8 times since taking over, or since starting in 2007. Just continually pumping out solid programs and solid teams each and every year.
And this should be a great barometer for the Cougars. Winning 5 of their last 7 games, playing now today against the 15th ranked team in the state of California. A great opportunity for them to use this as a measuring stick.
As we wait on the 1-0 pitch from Flores. That one over for a called strike, makes it 1-1. As As Navarro this year, as you said, Matt, very strong hitter, batting .405 on the season, 4 home runs, 20 runs batted in. As the pitch misses down, makes it 2-1.
That's right, Matt, and a slugging percentage of .655. She's clearly one of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup. No question why she's the cleanup hitter here.
As she waits on the 2-1 pitch from Flores, a changeup fouled straight back to the screen makes it 2-2. As you said, should be a pretty good test for the Cougars this year. John Wismath is the head coach for College of the Canyons in his 15th season. COC, as we said, right now having a little bit of trouble in the Western States Conference East at 2-2, fourth in the conference, 2.5 games back, but have been pretty good. And actually, they called catcher's interference, so Navarro going to get to first base. So a catcher's interference on Lisa Motes, and the base is loaded with 1 away. And Alexandra Molina coming up. Molina .385 on the year. First pitch over for a strike. So now Flores working with trouble on.
And that's tough, Matt. The Santiago Canyon Hawks haven't put the ball in play other than the sacrifice bunt from Piatoni, and yet the bases are loaded here with just 1 out. Flores going to have to try to escape this jam.
So this one popped up on the infield. Melger calling it will make the catch. Good pitch from Flores that time for the second out of the inning as she gets Molina to pop up to first base. So 2 away, and the base is loaded for Adriana Martinez, who will step in.
Batting sixth, number 15.
That's really a pitcher's pitch right there, Matt, from Flores. Gets a pitch away that's tough to handle up in the zone and gets Molina to pop up.
Right, in a case where Molina, maybe her eyes lit up, saw a pitch she thought she might be able to take the other way, but a good one from Flores puts it right in the spot she wants to, induces the pop-up for a huge second out.
Martinez at the plate, .342 on the year, 11 runs batted in, takes a called strike, 27 hits and 79 at-bats this season. Just a slugging percentage of .380 is only 3 extra base hits on the year. She takes the first pitch for a strike on another changeup from Flores, and that's where she likes to work. Comes again, this time with a fastball away that misses up and out, and evens the count at 1-1. Infield is in for the Cougars here. Interesting with the bases loaded and 2 away to have the infielders all in front of the baseline right now. With an out everywhere and 2 away. As this one hit down the line at first, foul. That'll make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's maybe a change if you're used to watching baseball where the infield would be deep right now. In this instance with softball, the infield shallow, trying to take away everything they can. So we wait on the 1-2 pitch from Flores. This one slapped the other way and foul, so we'll do it again on 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases loaded here in the first inning for Santiago Canyon, trying to push a run across. Flores in the circle on the rubber. Will deliver this one, hit in the air down the line and right, but Fuentes out there will make the catch. So Flores gets out of a bases loaded jam. Half inning is in the books. No runs, no hits, 3 left. Santiago Canyon, nothing. Cougars coming up. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now. Bottom half of the first we go. Cougars will send Lisa Motes, Caitlin Soto, then Julia Fuentes to the plate to start things off as they will face Stella Turner getting the start for Santiago Canyon. Turner this year, 2.63 earned on average, 13-4 on the year. This will be her 19th start of the year. 13 times she's gone the full. She's allowed opposing hitters to hit just .278 against her this year. She'll face Motes, Soto, and Fuentes. The rest of the order for the Cougars: Melger in the 4th spot, then Silva getting the start batting 5th. Brianne Tall batting 6th. Sophia Trujillo, the DP, in the 7th spot. Elizabeth Rowe, the shortstop, in the 8th spot. Memory Munoz in the 9th spot. And, of course, Samantha Flores, the pitcher and the flex. Here today is the first pitch to Motes, over for a called strike, and we are underway in the home half of the first inning. Motes this year has been in and out of the top spot of the lineup for most of the season, batting .417, 30 for 72 on the season with a couple of home runs, 15 runs batted in. And she's been in either the 1 or the 2 spot really for most of the year, and with Heck not in the lineup here today, which is a bit of a surprise for the Cougars, as Ashlyn Heck had pretty much played in every single game and was currently riding a 4-game hitting streak, not in the lineup here in game number 1. So it flexes Motes up into the top spot. She's been in the 2 spot for the last few games and has found her comfort zone once again. Was kind of running through a little bit of a mini up and down streak where she'd have a multi-hit game and then no hits the next game, but is riding a 4-game hitting streak right now. And she swings and hits this one on the ground towards third. Eastlas will pick it up and fire it to first for the first out here, the bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, Matt, and notable omission from the lineup is Ashlyn Heck, as you mentioned. She actually was ejected from the game against Glendale College on Thursday for incidentally running into the catcher, and so she unfortunately is ineligible to play in today's game.
This one fouled away. So Soto getting the start. Soto batting .294 on the year. 10 hits in 34 at-bats. Starting in center field here. She pops this one up straight back, and it'll get out of play.
And what a loss to not have Heck in the lineup, who leads the Cougars in hits, runs, RBIs, and batting average.
Yeah, it's a tough bat not to have in the lineup against a team in Santiago Canyon who's very good this year, as we've talked about. You'd like to have Heck's bat in the lineup, but you're going to have to get it done without her, and it's going to force the likes of Soto, Lissa Silva, Sophia Trujillo, and Elizabeth Rowe, who have been in and out of the lineup all year this year, to really step in and try and take over. We talked about Santiago Canyon being in the top 25, currently ranked 15th in the state of California, Matt. And one of a number of teams right now the Cougars have coming up on the schedule ranked in the top 25. So a lot of barometers right now for COC. As Soto hits this one in the air towards left field. Playable for Molina. She'll make the catch 2 away.
Yeah, Matt, but a great opportunity for this team to learn a lot about themselves. Spending a lot of time with them, you can see how close-knit of a team they are, how much team chemistry they have, and we'll have to see if they're able to pull together through this rough patch of the schedule. That's going to be a bit of a test for them.
So here's Julia Fuentes, 339, on the year. 21 hits, 62 at-bats. 4 doubles, 2 triples, 18 runs batted in on the season, slugging 468. Apparently my dyslexia kicking in right now. She takes the first pitch for a called strike. 2 away here in the first. Fuentes swings and fouls this one off to the right. It's behind the count, 0-2. Fuentes missed a few games in the middle of the season, had 3-game stretch, both games against Riverside and a game against Citrus where she did not find herself in the lineup. I think was battling a little bit of an injury, but has since come back pretty well. 3 hits in a win against LA Missions, back-to-back games with hits against El Camino and Glendale. Swings and pops this one up in foul ground off to the left. Playable for the third baseman. Eastloss will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars go quietly in their half of the first. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the second. No score. COC and Santiago Canyon.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Top of the second we go. Jasmine Motolui going to lead things off, followed by Haley Guillen and Lindsay Marshall here for Santiago Canyon to face Sam Flores, who loaded the bases up in the first but got out of trouble without giving anything up. As Jasmine Motolui batting .385 on the year. 10 for 26 on the season with a double and just 1 run batted in. Making her 3rd straight start, has been in and out of the lineup this year. Has only started more than 3 games 1 time this season, had a 4-game stretch in the middle of February. She hits this one in the air on the infield. Melgar charging in will make the catch, 1 down.
Number 24, designated player Haley Guillen.
Here's the DP, Haley Guillen. .227 on the year. 13 for 47. Getting her 3rd straight start as well. Has found herself in the circle a few times this year at times as well. So multi-position player takes the first pitch for a called strike as Flores starting to settle in a bit here in the second inning.
Yeah, Matt, and as we mentioned, so important that Flores hits her spot. She's working ahead in the count so far here in the top of the second, a good sign.
One misses away, a little overthrow on a fastball, trying to pick the outside corner. Evens the count at 1-1.
And Flores getting the start in game 1 here today, giving Melgar a spell. Flores told me yesterday how much she really relates to Melgar, both having been the sole pitchers on their travel softball teams growing up. And how at times she feels she does have to go the distance, throw a complete game, and give her other pitcher a rest.
That one misses away, makes it a 2-1 count. Yeah, it's interesting because in softball you can certainly get away with one pitcher at the travel ball levels, but once you start to get into the college level, even some of the high school levels, it makes it difficult at times.
Absolutely, and a kinship between the pitching staff to be able to say, hey, I got this today, you rest. Or you play first base, you hit a home run, and I'll take us the distance today.
Well, and you really need 2 pitchers in college softball, especially in the 3C2A. Lots of non-conference doubleheaders. Need to have somebody else that can go out there and give the opposing lineup a different look. And that's what Sam and Allison have both been able to give this year. Melgar's been the go-to, the number 1 really. But Sam has started, as we said, have come on as of late. Really, the changeup is what's changed things for her. And it's good to see her get a start here in game number 1, where usually she's the game 2 starter. But getting the chance to go here. The 3-2 pitch lifted in the air, foul. Memory Munoz, the third baseman, not going to be able to get there. And we'll stay at 3-2. Defensively for the Cougars, Melgar at first, Silva at second, Rowe the shortstop, Munoz at third, then Tall, Soto, and Fuentes from left to right in the outfield, with Lisa Motes behind the dish working as the battery with Sam Flores. She checks the wrist brace. Gets the pitch she's given and delivers, but misses down. So the 4th walk of the ball game, or sorry, I should say the 3rd walk of the ball game. That other one was a catcher's interference. But Santiago Canyon finding a way to get base runners on without putting the ball in play. So 1 out, a runner on first, and Lindsay Marshall will head to the plate.
Yeah, Matt, and we touched on it. Flores, a bit of an up and down season, but of late has been great. Her last 3 starts has been tremendous, a step in the correct direction. Last time out versus El Camino, 5 2/3 innings pitched, no earned runs. The start before that, 6 innings pitched, just 1 earned run in a win versus LA Mission.
It's Marshall showing bunted foul. Lindsay Marshall, 390 on the year. 23 for 59 with 7 runs batted in. Has 7 extra base hits, 1 triple, 6 doubles on the season, so the slugging percentage .525. And you talked about it deep in the lineup, Matt. Santiago Canyon being good at getting on base, good at driving balls into gaps. And a chance here with Marshall at the plate and a runner on first base as she takes a pitch away for called strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Flores. A good changeup on the outside freezes Marshall. 2 down, and we go back to the top of the order. Alyssa Islas, who walked in her first at bat, coming back up.
And Flores just froze Marshall there with the off-speed pitch. Flores told me, I'm not really a strikeout pitcher. Like I said, I trust my defense. I trust the infield and outfield to make the plays behind me. But when you can take them, when you can get them, you take them.
First pitch over for a strike as she comes with a fastball up. And you're absolutely right with Sam, has been much more comfortable over the last 3 games, Matt. You gave some of the numbers, talked about a win in a 5 2/3 against El Camino, went 6 against LA Mission, picked up a win. She's actually won her last 3 starts, one against Cuesta, 15-6. Only went 3 2/3 in that one, gave up 4 earned runs, but 3 2/3 enough to pick up the win. Went 7 against Citrus in a 4-2 loss. It's tough to take a loss at 4-2 when you go complete, but pitched nicely in that game as well. So they try and pick behind the runner at first, but gain back easily. And it makes the count 2-1.
Right, and even in the game against Cuesta, where she only went 3 2/3, she gave up 4 runs, but COC got the win 15-6. Sometimes it's just a matter of pitching the way the game is going. She knew the offense had it that day, was trusting the defense and hoping that they could.
Good pitch that time, gets Islas to wave and evens the count at 2-2. And there's that changeup again we talked about. Kind of has 2 different versions of it. One that's a real float change, one that's more of a power change, a little bit more speed to it that rises up in the zone. It's almost a rise ball, but it does have an off-speed tendency to it. That one misses up. And again, Moat's firing down to try and get Guillen, but she's back safely. It'll make the count 3-2, so the runner will be in motion.
And just to finish that thought, sometimes as a pitcher you go out there, if you know your team's bats are really going that day, it's just a matter of getting them back in the dugout and getting them in the batter's box.
So 3-2 pitch lifted in the air and foul ground up the left side. Tall diving makes a phenomenal catch down the line to end the inning. A beautiful catch from Brianne Tall in foul ground to get Islas. And the Cougars getting some good defense here early on at the end of an inning and a half. No score between College of the Canyons and Santiago Canyon.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Bottom half of the second we go. Cougars will send Melgar, Silva, and Tall to the plate to face Turner here in the second inning. Defensively for Santiago Canyon, Motalui at first, Piatoni at second, Villanueva the shortstop, Islas at third, Molina, Marshall, and Navarro from left to right in the outfield, as Martinez is behind the dish working as the battery. Along with the pitcher, Turner's the first pitch to Melgar over for a strike. Allie getting the start at first base here in game number 1 today. Batting .388 on the year, a home run, 8 runs batted in, 26 hits and 67 at bats, and has started to come on lately at the plate, although she gets that one off the end of the bat. And it's into the glove of the third baseman Eastloss for the first out.
Number 4, second baseman Alyssa Silva.
So one away, Alyssa Silva coming to the plate. And we'll touch on Melgar as she comes back around later. For now, we'll touch on Silva, getting the start here in game number 1. Starting at second base, swings and hits the first pitch up the middle softly. Going to be a tough play for the shortstop, but picking it up was Villanueva and firing to first to cut down Silva for the second out of the inning on a good defensive play.
Great play by Villanueva. That ball just landed right behind the circle. It bounced. She picked it up with the bare hand and had the consciousness to make the quick throw and to nail Silva.
Here's Brianne Tall, was Cougars Athlete of the Week a couple of weeks ago. A couple of hits in her last few games. Swings to the first pitch, pops it up. Drifting back is Piatoni, and it's a quick inning for Turner. Just used 4 pitches, 3 outs, 2 full in the books. We go to the third. No score. College of the Canyon, Santiago Canyon, here from Whitten Field.
And welcome back to Whitten Field here for the top of the third. Santiago Canyon will send up Piatoni, Villanueva, and Navarro. Sam Flores, 2 scoreless innings here so far. Wind starting to pick up a little bit here, but still a beautiful day, clear skies. And stepping into the box is Piatoni, who laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first inning in what looked like a promising opening inning for Santiago Canyon. They had the bases loaded with 1 out, thanks to 2 walks and a catcher's interference. But Flores was able to strand them by inducing a pop-up from Molina and then a fly-out from Martinez. Flores looks in, goes into the windup, first pitch. To the left side, through the infield for a base hit. And that's the first hit of the day for Santiago Canyon. And they have their leadoff runner aboard, and that'll bring up Samantha Villanueva. Villanueva, who just made an excellent play out at shortstop, steps in, walked in her first at-bat. Showing bunt here. Flores looks down at the wristband, goes into the windup. Showing bunt, pulls back. And that'll go down as ball 1, high and away. Villanueva showing bunt early again. Pops that one up, foul. It'll fall harmlessly out of play. So now 1-1, we'll see if the bunt's still on. The Cougars look like they're still looking for it. Memory Munoz in on the third base line. And the same for Melgar at first. Santiago papers flying all over the place, and I can't even spit out the words. This one's laid down the first base line, fielded by Flores, throws over to Silva, who's covering first for the first out. And so that'll move Piatoni down to second and bring up Lily Navarro. Navarro in her first at-bat in the first was granted first base on what was called a catcher's interference by Lisa Motes. That one nips the outside corner for a strike, which at the time had loaded the bases for Santiago Canyon. But Flores able to wiggle her way out of that unscathed with no runs coming across. 0-1 from Flores. This one's outside, 1-1. And a half-hearted swing there from Navarro. She looked fooled on that. Might have been an off-speed pitch from Flores and induces a foul ball. Now it's 1-2. So Flores doing a good job of mixing her pitches here today, going from off-speed to fastball, changing locations inside, outside, changing the eye level of the hitter. And that's really her bread and butter, being deceptive. 1-2 outside, and it's now even 2-2. So Flores coming into this game with two of her best starts of the year as she misses with the fastball high, and that runs the count full. Looking to build some momentum off of her two most recent starts. The first of which came in a win last Thursday versus LA Mission, 6 innings pitched with 1 earned run. And last Saturday versus El Camino, 5 2/3 innings pitched and no earned runs. Payoff pitch on the way, fouled out of play, and we'll do it again. And in speaking with Flores, just like the rest of this Canyons team, their biggest asset is their camaraderie. All these players have said how their players' confidence, their teammates' confidence in each other helps them. This one fouled away again out of play, and we'll do it again. Piattoni at second. She led off the inning with a single through the 5-6 hole. Samantha Villanueva laid down a sacrifice bunt to move her over, and now here we are 3-2 on Lily Navarro. Flores looks at the wrist, goes into the windup, and here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch, just missed high, and that will send Navarro to first base with the walk. First and second, and that'll bring up left fielder Alex Molina, who popped up to Allison Melgard first base in the first inning. Flores down to the wristband, ball back in the glove, now into the windup. Nips the outside corner for the first strike. Coach Wismath from the third base dugout yelling some instructions to his team. 0-1 catches the inside corner, and it's 0-2. And this is what we've discussed the entire day about Flores, being able to go from the inside to the outside of the plate. First pitch was on the outside of the plate for a strike. Second strike right on the inside corner in on the hands. This one high and away. Moats thinks about throwing down to first, but Navarro wasn't far enough off the bag, and it's 1-2. So Molina steps back in the box. 1-2 count. Runners at first and second. Score 0-0 still. This one just comes in a little too low, and it's 2-2 now. Outfield straightaway, infield in double play position. Flores looking to get a ground ball and get out of the inning. This one scorched down the left field line, but foul. Breedtall retrieves that one out of the corner, gets it back to Flores as she scrapes some dirt out of the circle, spins the ball in her right hand, looks down at the wrist, and now into the windup. 2-2. Low in the dirt, nicely handled by Moats to keep Navarro and Piatoni where they are. And now a big pitch here for Flores. Count run full, first and second. Adriana Martinez due up next. 3-2, grounded on the ground, foul. And we'll do it again. Molina really making Flores work hard here. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Three and two, 1 out. Piatoni at second, Navarro at first. Flores into the windup, the pitch, and fouled away again, out of play. And so we will have an 8th pitch in this at-bat. Flores thinking, I've went into my bag of tricks, I've given her all I can, what do I do now? Takes a look down at the wristband, spins that ball in her right hand into the glove, now into the windup, and the pitch. Little flare down the left field line. Munoz gives it a look, but it's out of reach, and it'll be a foul ball. So a battle here between Flores and Alex Molina. As Molina started the count, down 0-2, has worked it full, and now this will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. And Flores is just thinking, what do I have to do to get her out? And she thinks she has it now. She'll go into the windup, and here's the 3-2. Popped up overhead and out of play. And we will have a 10th pitch this at-bat. Molina really doing a great job protecting the plate, taking away the outside corner. Hasn't allowed Flores to get comfortable with putting one on the inside, it doesn't look like. And here's the 10th pitch of the at-bat. High ball hit into left field. Brienne Tall with a leaping grab to her left for the 2nd out of the inning. And that was a pitch high in the zone. Molina put a good swing on it, hit it solid line drive into left, but Brienne Tall, true to her name, able to get there over to her left and make a catch for the 2nd out. Full extension of her left arm. And now Flores with an opportunity to navigate the 3rd inning. And that's a dead ball called by the umpire. Looks like it might have hit the batter, who is Adriana Martinez, on the hands. And it looks like the umpires are actually going to get together and talk about it. That was Adriana Martinez who had came up to the plate after Molina's fly out to left. Martinez, a check swing, and it might have hit the bat, it might have hit the hand, it might have hit a little bit of both. It sounded like bat, but the home plate umpire and the infield umpire got together, and they've decided they're going to award Martinez first base. So that's going to load the bases, and that's going to bring up Jasmine Motalui with 2 outs here. Motalui popped up to Allison Melgard first base in the 2nd inning. And Santiago Canyon with an opportunity to strike first here. First pitch from Flores. And that ball is high for ball 1. So Flores, who did a magician's act in the 1st inning to get out of there without any run scoring, will have to do the same here in the 3rd. As her 1-0 pitch misses high and away, and it's now 2-0. 2 outs, 2-0 count on Jasmine Motalui. Flores has loaded the bases here on a single and 2 walks. 2-0 pitch misses low and inside just by an inch. And now Flores will really have to be perfect to get out of this one. Here's the 3-0 from Flores. Swinging And that ball will go foul and out of play. And a bit of a surprise for me, at least, Motalui swinging there 3-0 after Flores went 3 straight balls that at bat and had hit the previous batter, Adriana Martinez, to load the bases. But Santiago Canyon may be thinking of a much bigger inning than just striking 1 run here. In any case, that'll make it 3-1. Flores into the windup, the pitch, ball on the ground, left side, off the glove of Rovey, picked up by Tall and back into the infield. And that will bring Riley Piatoni home to score, and Santiago Canyon takes the lead here in the 3rd inning.
Number 24, designated player Haley Gia.
So Santiago Canyon takes a 1-0 lead on the base hit by Motalui. Just the 2nd hit of the ball game for Santiago Canyon. First pitch from Flores to the batter, Haley Guillen, is in the dirt. Great stop by Lisa Moats, sliding to her left to keep it in front and prevent a run from scoring. And despite it being just the 2nd hit of the afternoon, it seems there have been base runners on all day here, but Flores has done a great job of managing the foot traffic on the bases. 1-0, low, and now Flores down in the count 2-0. So Haley Guillen is in for the 2nd time in as many innings. She walked her previous at-bat. 2-0 from Flores. Low and in the dirt, and she's run it to 3-0. And that's back-to-back batters now that Flores has gone 3-0 on. The batter prior, Adriana Martinez, who now stands on 2nd, was hit by a pitch. And so now Flores may be having a bit of control issues. Here's the 3-0. That one right down the middle for a strike, a get-me-over fastball. And now Flores maybe can have a second to recollect herself and think about what she wants to do here. Bases loaded, 3-1, 1-0 Santiago Canyon on the single by Jasmine Motalui. Here's the 3-1 from Flores, right back through the box. Up the middle for a base hit. 1 run comes in. And Santiago Canyon scores its 2nd run of the inning. It's 2-0.
Number 8, center fielder Lindsay Marshall.
And now the Cougars infield's going to come in and have a chat with Flores. That ball went directly above her head, right back up the middle, just narrowly missing her. And perhaps a bit shaken up, but her teammates are there for her support now as they gather in the circle. A rope of a hit from Haley Guillen to bring in the 2nd run of the inning for Santiago Canyon, and that'll bring up Lindsay Marshall, hitting last in the order, but as we alluded to earlier, high on base percentage and average. Perhaps a 2nd leadoff batter in this Santiago Canyon lineup. She struck out looking her first at-bat in the 2nd. But with the bases loaded, looking to bring in a few runs for her team here. First pitch from Flores. Blooper into left center, over is Soto, and she makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So 2 runs across. Flores able to work out of the big jam, but Santiago Canyon takes the 2-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the 3rd right after this.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And welcome back to the bottom of the third here from Whitten Field, as that is Sophia Trujillo. First pitch swing, fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. Santiago Canyon able to load the bases there and bring 2 runs across, but Flores able to limit the damage there, despite a few walks and a hit batsman. 0-1 to Trujillo is high, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Sophia Trujillo, who has appeared in 14 games this year, 29 at-bats, 6 hits, for a 207 average. But being called upon today as the designated player. 1-2 is fouled back to the screen. And most noteworthy is maybe the absence of her grandmother, who's usually here cheering her on. But Grandma, if you're at home watching, hello. And Sophia is here in the batter's box, 1-2. Slaps that one into right field. The throw won't be in time. It'll go over the head, backed up by the catcher. Trujillo thinking about going to second. She slides, and she is out. So a bloop hit to right field, fielded by Navarro. She tried to throw Trujillo out at first. The throw was errant and over the head of the first baseman, Motalui, but the catcher Martinez, with the presence of mind to back the throw up, fielded it, nearly went into the Santiago Canyon dugout, but she's able to make the throw to second and nail Trujillo there for the first out of the inning. This one hit in the air to right field, and it'll be a much easier play for Navarro, who makes the catch on the fly ball from Elizabeth Rovey. And so just like that, 2 quick outs.
Number 17, third baseman, Memory Munoz.
Check that, Elizabeth Rowe. And while we're at it, we're going to have to check the handwriting of whoever wrote those lineups. And so that'll bring in Memory Munoz, who takes a first pitch strike. Munoz playing third base today. 216 average on the year, 341 on base percentage. She has 2 doubles and 4 RBIs. But is quickly down in count 0-2 here to Stella Turner. Lays off that one low in the dirt, maybe a waste pitch from Turner. Cougars still looking for their first base runner. Nearly had it on a leadoff single from Trujillo, but she was thrown out trying to extend it, as that one just misses on the inside corner. And the count's even now at 2-2. Turner into the windup, the 2-2. Right back to Turner. Hits off her glove. The shortstop, Villanueva, not able to recover in time. And Munoz is down to first with the first Canyons base runner of the day.
Number 7, catcher Lisa Moats.
A small comebacker to Turner in the circle. It hit off her glove. Villanueva, the shortstop, had started moving to her left, and after the deflection, the ball went back toward where she originally was. She dove to try to get back to it, but not enough time. So it'll go down as a single for Munoz. And that'll bring up Lisa Moats, the leadoff hitter, who grounded to the third baseman Islas in the first inning. First pitch is high, 1-0. And this one just catches the inside corner to even things up at 1-1. So Moats back in the leadoff spot where she spent a big portion of at the beginning of the season. As she flares one toward in between the pitcher and the second baseman. And that's going to fall, and Moats is going to reach first. So that'll make it first and second, and a bit of a chaotic play there. The second baseman for Santiago Canyon, Piatoni, almost running into Munoz, who was going from first to second. The ball just landed right between the pitcher Turner and Piatoni, and so it'll go down as a hit and bring up Caitlin Soto. Soto flares one into right. Incoming is Navarro. She can't make the catch. It'll fall. Coming across the score is Minos, and here comes Moats, but tagged out at the plate. And so that will end the inning, but a base hit in the right field scores a run off the bat of Caitlin Soto. The Cougars run themselves into 2 outs on the bases, but they cut the deficit in half to 2-1. And that'll conclude the 3rd inning.
College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
And welcome back here to the top of the 4th inning. It'll be the top of the lineup for Santiago Canyon. Alyssa Islas, Riley Piatoni, and Samantha Villanueva will come to the plate for the Hawks. Islas walked in the 1st inning and flew out to Brianne Tall in the 2nd on a beautiful diving catch by Tall. As Flores gets the off-speed pitch in for the strike. Flores working on her 4th inning here and has had to navigate some traffic on the bases here over the first 3. A couple of walks that have harmed her, but overall has done a good job of escaping a few early jams. And now 1-1 to Islas, the 3rd baseman for Santiago Canyon Hawks. 1-1, hit in the air to left field down the line, but foul out of play. So Islas steps back into the box. Flores looks down at the wristband, ball in the glove into the windup, pitch. And it sounded like we got a huff from the umpire, but no signal from him and no signal from the scoreboard. And now we're all even here at 2-2. Count even. Here's the pitch. A little bit of a rise ball there from Flores, but it's a little too high. And so that'll run the count full. It's the first 4 hitters in the Santiago Canyon lineup that have not really harmed Flores, as Islas takes high for ball 4 and a leadoff walk for the Hawks. The first 4 hitters in Santiago Canyon's lineup don't have a hit. A couple of walks here. Check that, Piatoni with a hit. It's been the bottom of the lineup that hurt Flores a little bit last inning. But in any case, here is Piatoni now with Islas on first, showing bunt again as she did in her first 2 at-bats. She laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 1st, showed bunt in the 3rd inning, ended up hitting a single and starting that rally that ended up with 2 Hawk runs. Showing bunt again here, fouls this one back, and so Islas will have to return to first. Piatoni looks down, gets her sign from the third base coach, now steps back in the box, ready to go. Bat on the shoulder, now up above her head. Flores into the windup, lays down the bunt. Flores picks it up. She'll throw to Silva covering second for the first out of the fourth inning.
Number 11, shortstop Samantha Villanueva.
So the Hawks showing some small ball tendencies here, specifically with Piatoni, who now has 2 sacrifice bunts on the day. And now with a runner on second, that'll bring up Samantha Villanueva, who herself has a sacrifice bunt in this game. And now showing bunt, pulls back, that ball low in the dirt, but nicely handled by Munoz, who's done a wonderful job of handling errant pitches today. Villanueva showing bunt here again, pulls back, takes that one on the inside corner for a strike to even things up at 1-1. So Islas started the inning with a walk. Piatoni sacrifice bunted her over, and now Villanueva on a 1-1 count fouls this one way left and out of play. And the Santiago Canyon dugout mocking car sirens, and I'm hoping it didn't hit mine. But now it's 1-2. Flores looks down at the wrist. Ball at the hips, now overhead into the windup. And this one misses just outside, and it's 2-2. So Flores, who has run a couple of counts deep here today, in danger of doing it again. Here's the 2-2. This ball's flared into left field. It's going to go down for a hit, quickly retrieved by Tall, and that'll keep Islas from scoring, but it'll be a single for Samantha Villanueva and put runners at the corner with 1 out.
Number 29, right fielder Lily Navarro.
So that'll bring up Lily Navarro. And that's just the 4th Santiago Canyon hit, but have still managed to bring 2 runs across. First pitch from Flores to Navarro is just on the outside corner, it looks like, for a strike. Didn't see the sign there from the umpire, but it's 0-1. So Flores certainly would love to get a ground ball here and try to induce a double play to end the inning. Instead, it's a fly ball down the left field line. Brianne Tall thinking about another diving catch like she had in the second, but this one's too far out of reach, and it'll just go down as a long strike. So a good sign now here from Flores as she gets well ahead in the count at 0-2 on Navarro. Flores looking into the dugout, now back down to the wristband. Ball spinning in her right hand, now in the glove over the head and the windup. And that one's outside, 1-2 now. Islas at third, Villanueva at first, and Lily Navarro at the plate, who reached base in the first inning on a catcher's interference and then again in the third on a walk. Flores ready now, 1-2 pitch. Low and away, this one's in the dirt. It gets away from Moats, and incoming to score is Alyssa Islas. And Santiago Canyon takes a 3-1 lead now. So Moats, who had been doing such a wonderful job handling pitches in the dirt today, just could not get to that one. She's been moving around very well to both sides, but that just past her reach. And so Islas comes home to score, and Villanueva down to second now here with 1 out. Here's the 2-2 to Navarro, and that one is a called strike 3, a big strikeout for Flores there for the second out of the inning.
42, left fielder Alex Molina.
So that'll bring in Alex Molina now, who's 0 for 2. Popped out to the first baseman Melgar and then into right field to Fuentes. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. If Molina were to reach, it would be the catcher Adriana Martinez due up next. Flores hoping to avoid that. Here's the 0-1, and a nice off-speed ball had Molina fooled there. She swings over that pitch, and quickly ahead is Flores 0-2. Molina has had opportunities with runners on base today. The base is loaded in the first and 2 runners on in the third, but has come up empty. Here's the 0-2 from Flores. On the ground, left side. Rowe can't handle that. It hits off the glove, and that will get Molina aboard and move Villanueva over to third. Hard hit ball there from Molina. Rowe moving to her left, tried to field it on the second hop. It came up a bit on her, hit off her glove, but by the time she could recover it, she had no chance to throw out Molina at first. So Flores is going to have to do a little extra lifting here in the fourth. Runners at first and third, 2 outs, 1 run across, and here is Adriana Martinez. First pitch from Flores is high and tight, and Martinez ducks away from that one, 1-0. Flores ready with the 1-0 pitch. And that one's high and away, and now 2-0. Outfield for the most part straight away. Tall and Julia Fuentes maybe covering the line a little bit more than ordinary. Infield in their normal position. 2-0 is slapped into left center field. That's going to get down into the gap and rolled to the wall. In comes to score is Villanueva. Here comes Molina. And it's a 2-run double for Adriana Martinez. And Flores left that one up. Martinez did a good job, the left-handed hitter, of hitting it where it was pitched, going with it into left center field. And as I had mentioned before the pitch, Tall was covering the line in left field, maybe a little bit more than her normal positioning. And that ball gets into the gap and all the way to the wall, and it's a 2-run double and a 5-1 Santiago Canyon lead. That'll bring in Jasmine Motalui. Flores working to get out of this inning now with Adriana Martinez on second and Motalui, the first baseman, in the batter's box. She had a single and scored a run in the third inning, the first run of the game for the Santiago Canyon. She slaps this one to right field, knocked down by Melgar. She'll step on the bag for the final out of the inning. But 3 runs come across for Santiago Canyon on a 2-run double from Adriana Martinez and a pass ball. Santiago Canyon 5, College of the Canyons 1.
The new media journalism program focuses on hands-on training for up-and-coming multimedia journalists.
We do shows every 2 weeks, and students put together their own stories. They go out and shoot them, they do the voiceover, they edit them together. It's a really, really cool hands-on experience.
If you want to dive right into the world of journalism, this is the only place to do it.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion, obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And welcome back here to the bottom of the fourth here from Whitten Field. Santiago Canyon leading the Cougars 5-1. First pitch to Sofia Trujillo. Check that, that is Julia Fuentes. That inside for ball one. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled down the third base line to even things up at 1-1. Fuentes popped up to the third baseman in the first inning. 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the 1-1. This one slapped into right field. Going back on it is Navarro to make the catch for the first out of the bottom of the fourth.
Number 22, first baseman Allison Melgar.
So that'll bring up Allison Melgar with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch swinging fouls this one back overhead, and it's 0-1. Melgar with an 0-1 count. This one in on her feet. Nearly hits her, but it'll go down as a ball to even the count at 1-1. Melgar with her best Shohei Ohtani impersonation on Thursday versus Glendale as she takes the 1-1 pitch inside, 2-1. Melgar, 8 innings, complete game, gave up 1 run, and had a go-ahead 2-run homer in extra innings as she slaps that one down the left field line, just foul. And Allie would be the winning pitcher in that game, closing it out in a 4-2 victory for College of the Canyons against Glendale. Not in the circle today, that's been Samantha Flores, who has navigated some rough seas so far, but here's the 2-2 to Melgar on the ground to short, off the glove of Villanueva, but recovers in time to throw out Melgar at first for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring in Alyssa Silva, who grounded out to Silva in the second inning. More of a little bloop that went behind the circle, bounced on a hop, and shortstop Villanueva handled it nicely, barehanded in fact, and was able to throw Silva out at first. But Silva ahead in the count here, 2-0. Just 1 hit, 2 hits for the Cougars today, and now a comebacker from Silva, handled nicely by Turner, who throws on to first for the final out of the fourth inning. After 4, Santiago Canyon 5, Cougars 1. We'll be right back after this.
Last Saturday, Canyon split a road doubleheader, falling to number 9 state-ranked Cypress 7-4 before bouncing back. To get past host El Camino College by 5-2 final. Same trio of teams scheduled to meet for a 3rd time this season, Saturday, April 2nd at El Camino College. Free hot dogs and drinks by third base. Top of the 5th, leading off for the Hawks, number 24, designated player, Haley Diaz.
Welcome back into Whitten Field. We go back to the 5th inning. Matt Robinson, Matt Frieda back with you. As you were enjoying the smooth sounds of Matt Frieda for the last couple of innings. Getting a nice little run of play-by-play. He'll have some more later on coming up. So we go back to where Cougars trailing 5-1 as we go into the 5th inning. Flores still working in the 5th. She'll face Guillen, Marshall, and Turner here in the 5th inning.
Matt, I might contend with you. That was about as smooth as Skippy Chunky, extra chunky peanut butter.
You did fine. Not bad for a first run.
Hey,
we'll work on it. We'll keep working on it. So Flores trailing by 4 right now. Cougars trying to still find their first real big inning of the ball game. Santiago Canyon had 3 runs in the 4th inning. That's been the difference right now. This one grounded foul up the third base line. As nobody out as Guillen 1 for 1 today. Singled home a run back in the 3rd. And walked, standing in to face Flores here. She talked about Matt Sam not pitching bad, just has not really helped herself out a lot through innings. Got beat up a little bit in the 4th. Walks have kind of hurt her early on, as we're now starting to get late into the ball game, but has to a point kept the Cougars close. They just really haven't been able to get anything going against Sophie Turner.
Yeah, Matt.
Or Stella Turner, I should say, sorry.
Well, 6 walks for Flores on the day. Was the victim of an error the previous inning as well that ended up allowing 2 more runs to score. But overall, has done a pretty good job controlling the strike zone.
As Tall running down the line nearly makes another sliding catch in front of the wall down the left field line. She's all right, pops right back up, just could not get to it. That's the 2nd time today Brianne Tall's nearly made a spectacular catch. She made one earlier in the game to end the 2nd inning on a diving play near the fence in left field down the foul line. Nearly made another one right there to get the first out here the 5th.
She's been very busy out there. Also made a nice leaping grab to her left earlier in the game as well.
It's been very slick out in left field today as this one hit on the ground. Munoz picks it up. They say it's a foul ball. It took a second for the home plate umpire to signal it was a foul ball. So we'll do it again here as Guillen stays at the plate.
But quite the pick nonetheless by Munoz. Foul or not, tough one-hop there, handled it. That was right down the line.
Especially out of the hot corner. Certainly a tough spot to play out of. Especially in softball when you think 60-foot base pass, you're right on top of the action at the plate. So we wait on the 2-2 pitch. This one smoked into left field on the ground, past a diving row between her and Munoz. And Guillen has her 2nd hit of the ball game as she's on with the leadoff runner aboard for Santiago Canyon here in the 5th. Looks like they're going to run for the DP Guillen here as Marshall comes to the plate. And it'll be Claire Green coming in to run.
Attention please, now running for Haley Guillen at first base, number 31, Claire Green. Number 8, center fielder Lindsay Marshall.
So we bring Marshall up, who's 0 for 2, with Green at first base. Green running for the DP. Moats digs that one out of the dirt. Green staying put. Green this year does not have a stolen base attempt. So unsure if Santiago Canyon will try and have her move. As we wait on the 1-1, they'll try and have Marshall bunt, and she'll bunt it foul. So runner on first, nobody out, 5th inning. Santiago Canyon with a 5-1 lead as they picked up runs in the 3rd, 2 of them, and 3 in the 4th. Cougars with their only run in the 3rd. This one bunted foul. Good smart play by Memory Munoz that time, Matt, to make sure that one goes foul, as it would have been a tough play at first base as Marshall didn't put a lot on it and Munoz just lets it roll.
Absolutely, and you could see right from here at least the spin on that ball. You could tell it was going to go foul. Great play by Munoz to let it go foul there.
And it's a simple play. You wouldn't think it's a big play, but it's a simple play that still gives you the option to try and get the lead runner, which is always what you want to do. Plus, you force Marshall now to hit with 2 strikes, instead of trying to bunt and move a runner over. It's little things like, it's okay. That one fouled back, just out of the glove of Moats. So it'll bring Marshall, or keep Marshall at the plate with a 2-2 count.
And Matt, interesting, 3 sacrifice bunts already today here for Santiago Canyon, and we're looking to do the same here with Marshall in this at-bat.
2 of the 3 resulted in runs scored as it worked in the third, worked in the fourth. The only time it didn't work was back in the first when Flores got out of a bases-loaded jam.
Hey, who says small ball's dead?
You know, in softball, it's certainly still alive. It's still very much the style of play. I think it's more, as you talk about it in baseball, it's kind of slowly but surely going away, faster and faster every week. But certainly you talk about softball, and we've seen it a lot here at Whitten Field. The ability to move runners around really is the difference in a lot of ball games.
Getting the extra base, moving that runner over, all those little things that end up being the big things. 60 feet. Every 60 feet matter.
That's a 3-2 count here to Marshall after Flores had her down to 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch popped up in the air to left. Going back is Tall, will make a catch over her left shoulder nicely for the first out here of the 5th inning.
And as we said, Brianne Tall has been active all day out there in left field. A few nice catches ranging to her left, and of course the diving catch that she made in foul territory back in the 2nd inning.
It was really a spectacular catch. It's tough to see on our camera angle here as it's in foul ground, and we pretty much pick up the lines, and that's about it. Best we can do from such a short distance, but it was certainly a beautiful play. Saw an image from it from one of our photographers. Kyle gave us a nice little sneak peek of it, and it was pretty. So you should be able to see that one on the COC Athletics website. As bunting here with 1 down was Islas, and picking it up and throwing her out at first base was Flores. So 2 down here in the 5th inning, but a runner in scoring position. It's the 4th time today that Flores has been forced to pick up an out on a sacrifice bunt. And a runner on second base here for Piatoni, who's got a single, is 1 for 1 with a pair of sacrifice bunts herself today. And so Piatoni now to work. Flores trying to pick up a clean inning. Get the Cougars back into hit. Is any run against right now going to hurt you as you trail by 4? You need to try and keep it at a 4-run ball game as you're running out of time as we are in the 5th. 2 down, 1 ball, no strikes count to Piatoni. Flores delivers, and Piatoni rips it to left for a base hit. Tall picks it up on 1 hop, and it's going to be able to hold the runner at third base. So it's a 2-out single for Piatoni as Guillen, or actually we should say Green actually moves up to third, but that's as far as she can go as Piatoni just had too much on it. And Tall, who, as we said, has been active out there and left, makes a good play on 1 hop, and it makes the runner have to stay at third.
That's right. That ball hit just so hard, and Tall was well positioned to basically field it on 1 hop, and we know the arm that Brianne Tall has. Not sure if Santiago Canyon knows, but regardless, the ball just hit too hard to score Green.
So now Villanueva, who's 1 for 1, takes it off the arm. That's the 2nd batter hit today. And so to load the bases up. And so now it'll bring Liliana Navarro, who struck out, walked, and reached on a catcher's interference play, is 0 for 2. And this is a big spot for Navarro, big spot for Flores. Bases loaded for the 3rd time today for Santiago Canyon. And they could bust it open here in the 5th, certainly, with a base hit. Pitch from Flores misses down. Sam trying to settle in here. Looked like she was going to go through a fast inning, but all of a sudden, a couple of hits and a hit batter. And the base is now loaded for Navarro, who takes a strike on the inside corner on a little spinner from Flores. Evens the count at 1-1. Flores again delivers. That one fouled straight back. Good pitch from Flores that time on the outer half. So 1 ball, 2 strikes count. 2 away. Bases loaded here in the 5th inning. Guillen led things off with a single. Piatoni with a sharp single to left, and Villanueva hit by a pitch. And this is a big pitch right now for Flores. And a 1-2 count in a 4-run ball game. Changes the level, misses low and away.
Yeah, Matt, an opportunity to potentially steal some of that momentum back, keeping Santiago Canyon off the board this inning and then going back and maybe scratching a couple across.
So each pitch magnified here with the bases loaded. 2-2 pitch misses down, and now the count is full, so the runners will get a head start with 2 away. You certainly don't want to give away a free run right here. You'd like to make Navarro, who doesn't have a hit in the ball game, try and put one in play. 3-2 pitch, hit in the air. Out to left, Tall drifting back, makes a nice play over her right shoulder. And that'll end the inning. Tall, certainly standing tall out left, making another nice defensive play. And the Hawks leave the bases loaded here in the 5th. We head to the home half. It's a 4-run ball game here from Whitten Field. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
So off the slick play out and left to end the inning, Bree Tall going to lead things off, followed by Sophia Trujillo and Elizabeth Rowe. Facing Stella Turner, still working into the 5th. Turner has been solid today, has given up just 4 hits. All of those came in the 3rd inning, and not really any of them hit very hard. As Tall first pitch swinging, hits it out to left field for a base hit. And the Cougars with a leadoff runner aboard here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Tall, a sharp single out to left field.
And a risky play from the left fielder Molina, who came charging in on that ball. It nearly went under her glove, would have went all the way to the wall, and could have been a 3-bagger for Tall had that happened. Instead, the Cougars are just as happy they'll take the leadoff base runner at first.
Make a nice play, get a hit to start off the inning. Pretty good start to the 5th for the Cougars. As Trujillo, who singled and then was cut down trying to advance to second base on an errant throw from the right fielder Navarro, and just hesitated just a slight second, and that's what got her caught trying to advance, trying to maybe press it a little bit for the Cougars as they were trailing 2-0 in the 3rd inning. Now a chance to try and move a runner around and get something going for COC as they trail by 4 here in the 5th. Trujillo swings, grounds that one to short. Villanueva to second for 1. That's going to be the only out they're going to be able to get. So Trujillo trades places with Tall. Tall cut down 6-4 for the first out of the inning.
A nice play by the shortstop Villanueva there. Ranging to her right on the 1 hop, gets to the knee, slides for it, and the presence of mind to get the lead runner Tall at second for the first out of the inning.
Pinch hitter here for Rowe in the 5th inning, as it looks like Valerie Ramirez is going to step in. Ramirez batting .263 on the year, 10 for 38, with a double and a triple and 8 runs batted in. So a big spot for the freshman out of Panorama City. Hitting here in the 5th inning. With a runner on first and one away.
And perhaps Coach Wismath trying to get some base runners aboard. Valerie Ramirez among the team leaders in on-base percentage this year at .378. And Wismath perhaps looking for some good at-bats here as we get into the waning innings of the game.
So the 0-1 pitch misses away. Evens the count at 1-1 strike. Ramirez did not play against Glendale. Was 0 for 2 against El Camino. Went 1 for 1 in her only at-bat against Cypress. Has kind of been in and out of the lineup early on in the year. Seen plenty of at-bats through the first part of the season. It looks like they're going to run for Trujillo here. Interesting for the Cougars, going to make a change. So Trujillo going to be switched out for Vanessa Reyes, so maybe a little bit of a speed change. Not that Sophia doesn't run well, but I think Reyes just a little bit speedier. 2 for 4 on the bases this year. So pinch runner for Trujillo. Ramirez hits this one in the air towards right. And making the play, drifting in, is Navarro. For the second out here, the 5th inning.
Yeah, Matt, that one just hung up a little too long, and Navarro able to range in, make the catch. Nearly almost could have doubled off Trujillo, rather the runner on first, who was Vanessa Reyes, who just went into pinch run, but wisely able to get back in time and avoid that inning-ending double play.
Going to hit for Memory Munoz here in the 5th inning. Sabrina Engelbrecht going to get a chance to go. So Coach Wiz emptying the bench right now. Looking for big at-bats right now. Maybe just trying to change the tempo, really, as the Cougars, other than that 3rd inning, really have not had a lot of good swings against Turner, who's been very solid here so far. Just trying to change it up so Engelbrecht will get a chance to hit. .333 on the year. Just 7 for 21. This is only her 12th appearance of the season. She takes that pitch up. Runner in motion, throw down to second base. Not going to be in time. So Reyes has a stolen base, and the Cougars with a runner in scoring position here and 2 away. So now you've got Engelbrecht up there and a base hit with Reyes, who's got some speed. Can potentially get 1 back for the Cougars in the 5th as you've got to chip away, trailing by 4. Is that pitch over for a strike?
And Matt, we always talk about the momentum swings in baseball. Able to get out of the previous in the top of the 5th inning, bases loaded without any runs coming across would be a huge swing to get one here in the bottom half.
That pitch called strike 3 on the inside corner, so Engelbrecht down on strikes. And the Cougars leave a runner out in scoring position in the 5th. We head to the 6th. It's still a 5-1 ball game.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
Top half of the 6th we go. Molina, Martinez, and Motalui due up. As Flores stays in there to work. Trying to keep her team within 4. Cougars running out of at-bats, though. Need to get busy at the plate. And they need a quick inning here from Sam Flores to get them back into hit. As Molina 0 for 3, reached on an error and scored. It was an unfortunate error from Rowe. Ball that kicked off her glove on a sharp ground ball with a runner moving in front of her. It's one of those ones you kind of shake your head about.
Well, Matt, we have all been there. It's a game of imperfections. Tough one-hopper that she just couldn't handle.
This one hit down the line and left, twisting foul. Valerie Ramirez stays in the game at shortstop after replacing Rowe last inning at the plate. Memory Munoz comes back in to take over at third base. The rest of the defensive alignment for the Cougars stays the same. And certainly you wonder if not having Ashlyn Heck in the lineup hurt you a little bit more today for COC. As Heck has been a solid bat in the lineup, and you've seen kind of that missing the Cougars with 5 hits in the ball game, but so far just 1 run.
And Heck had assumed the leadoff role for this team, and as we said earlier in the broadcast, leading the team in hits, RBIs, runs, batting average, a .447 average.
So this one grounded towards short. Ramirez will pick it up and fires strong over to first to retire Molina for the first out here in the 6th inning. So 1 down, Adriana Martinez stepping in. Doubled, was hit by a pitch and popped out to right field. 1 for 2 today. Drove in 2 runs in the 4th inning.
And let's see if Flores changes the way she's going to pitch Martinez here. She threw a pitch that was high and away that Martinez went the other way with and split the gap in left center field for that 2-run double that she had hit.
Wind kind of an interesting one right now. Flags in left field are blowing, but the flags in the rest of the field are pretty much stiff right to the pole. Right field's starting to pick up a little bit, so kind of a swirling wind out towards left right now here at Whitten Field. And that makes it interesting with the defensive alignments as well, as you talk about Soto kind of shaded towards left center, and the defense is kind of adjusted after that hit last time from Martinez out to left center field. Flores falls way behind here, 3-0. Just has not found the strike zone. And now she's in danger of walking Martinez here to put a runner on with 1 away. And it's a 4-pitch walk as that one misses down. Sixth walk of the ball game issued by Flores, as Motalui will step in. 1 for 3, a single in the 3rd inning. Popped up and grounded to first. So a runner on here in the 6th. First pitch from Flores to Motalui, grounded back up the middle for a base hit. Just out of the reach of Flores. That's the 3rd time today Flores has had one hit right back at her sharply. And so it's a base hit for Motalui, her 2nd of the ball game. And here's Haley Guillen, who's 2 for 2, walked. And I think they're going to do some movement here. And actually, I think it's just Guillen checking back in. She was the DP. She got run for in the 5th inning. And so she has to re-enter the ball game. So Guillen, who's 2 for 2 with a chance to hit here in the 6th inning with 2 on. And remember, 8 runs after 4. Cougars will get an at-bat, regardless of what happens here in the 6th inning. Because it is just a 4-run ball game, but there is 1 away and 2 runners on. So that one gets away from Moats. Kind of just skipped off her to the right.
I think it's a hit by a pitch and might have hit her in the toe.
I think
Guillen
thought she got hit. She stands at first.
And he's gonna bring her back, Matt.
Yeah. It's kind of just waiting to see. So it's a ball that gets away from Moats, brings Guillen back to the plate.
From our view, Matt, it didn't look like it came even close to hitting Guillen in the foot, but she was quick to go down the line and toss her bat to the dugout.
Well, I mean, players generally know if the ball hits them, and I'm not saying it did or did not, but the way she moved like it did hit her.
Without the benefit of instant replay, sometimes you fake it till you make it.
Well, I don't know. When I was a hitter, I would lean into things and make sure it was known, but that was me.
Oh, Matt, I loved getting hit by a pitch. I love to get on base and help my team out.
I was also that guy that if it didn't hit me and the umpire said it did, I would say to him, no, it didn't. I want to hit. Get out of the way. Leave me alone. 3 balls and no strikes here to Guillen. She takes a strike up in the top of the zone, makes it 3-1.
Reminiscent of the 1969 World Series. Cleon Jones, the New York Mets, they checked the ball for shoe polish. Manager Gil Hodges. They found shoe polish on it. He was given first base. Mets rallied to win that one.
Only you would know Mets stuff like that.
That's right.
This one hit in the air towards left field. Shallow left field, so Tall charging will make the catch. The runner tagging at third, but will stay put. So Tall makes the catch for the second out of the inning, and it was not quite deep enough for Guillen to try and score Martinez. So 2 away. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Lindsay Marshall. So they'll have Janelle Torres here hit. Torres this year, 222 on the season. A big spot with 2 runners on and 2 away.
And you talked about Coach Wismath maybe trying to shake things up in the last half inning. Perhaps Coach for Santiago Canyon thinking the same thing. Lindsay Marshall, one of the better hitters, at least statistically, in this Santiago Canyon lineup, but opting for a pinch hitter here with Torres.
That pitch over for a strike. Good pitch that time from Flores. On the inside, just under the hands. With a little bit more pace than maybe Sam usually brings. And that's one of those ones that pitchers try and work on a lot. Is this one fouled up the third base line? And so she's got 2 strikes here on Torres with 2 away and 2 on. Runners on second and third here in the 6th inning. And another big spot here. Flores trying to get the Cougars back into hit, trailing by 4. They haven't had much working against Turner, so if you can keep it a 4-run ball game here, goes a long way to giving you a chance. As this one hit on the ground up the third base line and foul. So we'll do it again at 1 and 2.
And Matt, the 3rd time now that Flores has had to work with the bases loaded. Unscathed in the 1st.
2nd and 3rd.
Oh, check that 2nd and 3rd. We have an umbrella right here in our way.
Yeah, you got confused by Guillen on the hit by pitch. That wasn't a hit by pitch. You did. It's okay. But it is one of the many times the Hawks have had base runners on all game today. Every single inning they've left a runner on. They've left the bases loaded 3 times. They've left runners on in the 2nd and the 5th. So 11 runners left on base so far for Santiago Canyon. So really, Sam has been very good pitching with pressure on. And with 2 on here and 2 away, trying to get out of this jam.
Right, and really speaks to Sam's ability to bear down here. And you look at the score, 5-1, and she has kept her team in this ballgame despite having constant action on the base paths.
She'll check down, and we'll get ready to go on a 2-2 pitch. Delivers a changeup, and a good changeup at that. That float change that she likes to throw. High in the zone, gets Marshall to swing and miss. Third strikeout of the ball game for Flores. Santiago Canyon leaves 2 on here in the 6th inning. It's still a 4-run ball game as we head to the home half from Whitten Field.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Please now pitching for Santiago Canyon College. Number 22, Maya Castaneda. Leading off for the Cougars.
So a pitching change for Santiago Canyon here. Turner, who had only given up 5 hits through 5 innings, will give way. And in the 6th, the Maya Castaneda will take over. A 1.24 ERA and 6 appearances this year. Opposing hitters hitting .333 against her, 19 2/3 innings. She'll face the top of the Cougars order in Moats, Soto, and Fuentes. Cougars trailing by 4, and maybe what they needed, just facing a different pitcher.
Yeah, Matt, sometimes that's huge for a team. Just to get to see somebody else in there just feels like you're able to have new life with a new pitcher in there.
Castaneda comes with a strike in the upper portion of the zone to even the count at 2-2. Actually makes it 2-1. So Moats now waiting on a 2-1 pitch. Castaneda comes. Moats hits it in the air to center field. And actually it's at the shortstop, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Villanueva couldn't see it, and Moats running hard, legs out a double. So a leg double for Lisa Moats. And really, the definition of a leg double, if you look it up in the dictionary, that would be it right there. A fly ball that doesn't get off the infield dirt, lands, and Moats slides into second base safely. So the Cougars with a base runner in scoring position and nobody out in the 6th inning, with Soto coming to the plate.
And Matt, you said it, sometimes getting that new pitcher in can change everything for a lineup, but so can a hustle play like that from your team.
And the sun really helping out today at Whitten Field on that one is Villanueva, who's been very sharp at shortstop for Santiago Canyon, just could not see the baseball, completely lost it in the air. And you could see her kind of duck out of the way, and there was no chance for Marshall or Piattoni to try and get over and make the catch. And now Soto ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
If you look, the sun is directly facing left field and the left side of the infield. No sunglasses for Villanueva or Islas out there. Might be tough on another fly ball.
So this one hit in the air towards left. Islas, or excuse me, Molina out there able to make the catch. So one away. Soto hits it out into the outfield, but not quite hard enough to get it over to the head of Molina. 1 down. And here comes Julia Fuentes.
And Matt Molina with glasses out there, able to make the catch. But something to keep an eye on as we head into game 2 as well, the sun overhead.
Fuentes looking for her first hit of the ball game. Instead gets hit on the first pitch. So to put runners on first and second here, hit batter. And it'll bring Allie Melgar to the plate. With 2 on and nobody, or 1 out, excuse me. Melgar, who's really found her bat in the later half of the year so far. Had a 4-game hitting streak before going 0 for 3 against Cypress. Has hits in back-to-back games against El Camino and Glendale.
Of course, Matt, the biggest hit of all her 2-run homer that gave College of the Canyons the lead before she went back out there in the 8th to close out the game.
Certainly you'd like her to rip one here, and she does, and it's going to be an unfortunate double play as she smoked it right to Islas at third, and she's able to double off Moats. And all you can do at that point is just shake your head. Melgar ripped it down the line, and Islas just stabs it and doubles off Moats. So we end the 6th. The Cougars had 2 on and 1 out, and they just get a little bit unlucky. We go to the 7th here in a 4-run ball game.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
So we go to the 7th here. It'll be Islas, Piatoni, and Villanueva to face Flores. Flores needs a quick inning here, get the Cougars back in for their last licks. Just an unfortunate double play to end the 6th inning. 2 on and 1 out. And Melgar, who's been hitting the ball really hard as of late, since about March 12th. She's been really finding her swing once again, and just accidentally hits into a double play, and really nothing you can do. Is just a great play by the third baseman. Islas, who now hits here in the 7th, behind in the count, 0-2, facing Flores. This one softly hitting the shortstop. Ramirez going to be able to make the play on a soft line drive on the infield, 1 down. Swung away, and Piatoni, who's 2 for 2 with a couple of sacrifice bunts coming in. Game 2 will start about a half an hour after the end of this one, so it was a scheduled 2 o'clock start. We're probably looking closer to 2:45. As this one hit in the air towards left center field, and Soto drifting in to make the catch. 2 down here in the 7th inning on just 4 pitches for Flores. And Villanueva steps in, who's 1 for 2. Or actually, she's 1 for 1. Singled, sacrificed, walked, and was hit by a pitch. She's been on base 3 times today. As she'll face Flores here in the 7th inning. Swings at the first pitch and laces it foul out to the parking lot for, I think, the 3rd time today she's done that. Just trailing by 4, and if you can get a quick inning and get your team back up to the plate. So this one popped up in foul ground. Moat's not going to be able to get there as it hits the medical cart. My wife doing the athletic training duties today, I'm giving her a look like she should have made the play. She just shakes her head. That's what they do. That's what she does. It's 2 strikes here. This one hit on the right side, through for a base hit. The throw at first in time from the right fielder, Fuentes. So it's an unconventional 9-3 out to cut down Villanueva. So takes away a base hit from the shortstop, and we go to the 7th. 5-1 in favor of Santiago Canyon and the Cougars with their last licks, trailing by 4 coming up. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grape. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Alyssa Silva, Brianne Tall, and Sofia Trujillo, the scheduled hitters to face Castaneda here in the 7th inning. So if you're the Cougars, you need base runners any way you can get them. Trailing by 4. As they had a couple on against Castaneda in the 6th and just could not put anything in. So facing her here in the 7th, first pitch swinging, Silva, a base hit down the left field line. She'll round and dig for second. And she's going to try for third, the throw back to the shortstop, Villanueva, and she's into third safely, runs right through the stop sign from Coach Wismath, but puts herself on third base. And the Cougars with the runner in scoring position here in the bottom half of the 7th, trying to chip away, needing 4. And she was in standing up. The throw actually from the left fielder, Molina, was towards second base. And Villanueva had to cut it off and make a quick throw to third and was about a half step behind. I think he would have been a little bit safer if Silva maybe slid into third. But running through the stop sign, she gets there, and it brings Tall to the plate, who's got a single and 2 at-bats today. Takes that pitch down, evens the count at 1-1. Tall, who's been very good out in left field today. He's made 4 nice plays out and left, including a diving play back in the 2nd. Couple of running catches over each shoulder. Now a chance to try and bring home the 2nd run for the Cougars today. Takes that pitch away, makes it a 2-1 count. So hitters count here for Bree Tall. Tall on a 3-game hitting streak now, including today's game. Pops this one foul out of play. We'll work it back to a 2-2 count. So Castaneda on the rubber will go back to work. Tall's the 2-2 pitch to Tall, grounded wide up the third base line. Islas and Silva kind of got tied up together. Kind of jumped over the top of Silva at third, so Tall will come back on a 2-2 count. Two from Castaneda, missed away. So count out 3-2, nobody out. She just fights off the 3-2. As the 3-2 pitch misses down. And Tall works a walk. So put runners on the corners here. And so put runners on first and third here for Sofia Trujillo, who singled back in the 3rd inning.
A little bit of a rally here for the Cougars. Martinez, the catcher, stepped out beyond the plate to give some signs to the infield.
You certainly have to be wary of any movement on the bases. As first pitch from Tehil lined out into right center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Tall going to third. And Sofia Trujillo has an RBI single here in the 7th inning. And the Cougars have chipped away with 1, now trailing by 3.
Good piece of hitting there from Trujillo. Goes the other way, right where the pitch was thrown. Gets just past the diving second baseman and Piatoni and into right center. Breed Tall, good base running going first to third. And as you said, Matt, the Cougars chipping away.
And now they're going to go back to Stella Turner here. So Castaneda goes an inning and a little bit more than that. Gives up a couple of hits and a walk. So an inning and 3 batters. And they go right back to Stella Turner to just try and finish this off, as the Cougars did not have much other than that 4-hit 4th inning against Turner. So now you go back to facing that same arm. And Coach Camargo is saying, I'm not going to take any chances here. We want the W.
Yeah, and for the Cougars now, do you have the wherewithal now, knowing that Turner was really setting them down early in the game? Can you get that out of your head and just say, hey, you know, we got a little rally going here. Nothing's going to stop us.
Yeah, and it's almost, you're right, Matt. It's almost a situation of you say, you know, it's just a new arm. We're facing a new arm again. And I think that's what they need. Ramirez at the plate. Popped to right in her only at bat. Hit one hard off of Turner, but not hard enough to get over to the head of the right fielder, Navarro. And now faces here for the 2nd time today. First pitch misses down. Runners on the corners here. Nobody out. The Cougars with something cooking in the 7th. Already 1 run across. As this one hit towards the second baseman. Piatoni to second for 1. That's the only out they're going to get. It brings another run across. And you talk about chip away. The lead runner cut down by Santiago Canyon, but the Cougars get 1 on an RBI ground ball from Valerie Ramirez. So Trujillo out at second base. 4-6 for the first out. Tall, who walked and moved to third on the base hit from Trujillo, scores. And Gabriela Gonzalez now going to hit. For Munoz. So Gonzalez here in the 7th, hitting .333. Facing Turner, first pitch swinging. Misses on a pitch. Maybe a little off speed, got her a little out in front. Gonzalez 4 for 12 on the year. Takes that pitch down. They're going to try and throw behind the runner at first. Not in time. Diving back just outside of the tag was Ramirez. Lisa Camargo out to talk here.
Yeah, and I think she might have a case here. That ball beat her by a long, long time, and it looked like she might have slipped up and couldn't get back to the bag, but maybe just avoided the tag. Tough to see from here. Ball clearly beat her back to the bag, but maybe a nifty little slide back in and reached around and grabbed the base before the tag was applied.
And I think maybe that's might have what had thrown Motolui there, was that the runner was not right at the bag. Sometimes that'll throw off first baseman or second, shortstop, third baseman, the infielders as they try and make a tag when the slide is not necessarily on time to where they think it should be. Sometimes you miss the tag. We've seen it at every level.
Where you're looking for the base runner. Where is the base runner's hand? As opposed to just simply putting it right down in front of the bag.
So the Cougars get a break. Ramirez still at first. Gonzalez hit the 1-2 pitch foul. And Martinez again snapping a throw down to first base, but that time Ramirez not as far off the bag, goes right back. So we wait on the 2-2 pitch here to Gonzalez. Misses down and in, so the count full. Gonzalez selective right now, making sure she fights off pitches in the zone. She's got a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out and a runner on first base here in the 7th inning. Cougars trailing by 2. Gonzalez hits this one to the right side, right to the first baseman, Motalui, who catches it on the line, steps on first to double off Ramirez. Second time today the Cougars have lined into a double play on a ball sharply hit right to one of the corner infielders, and that ends the game as Santiago Canyon going to take it 5-3. Cougars gave it a run here in the 7th inning, but just could not put up enough. They lose 5-3. Final thoughts from you, Matt, here from game number 1?
Well-pitched game from Flora. She really navigated some difficult waters there, ends up giving her team a chance to win, and the Cougars' comeback falls just short.
So that'll do it for us here on this one. We'll see you for game number 2 about 25 minutes from now is what I just heard over the loudspeaker. So switch over to the other webcast, and we'll see you in about 25 minutes here from Whitten Field.